Okay, guys, we talked about players who have scored against their former teams, in one of the editions of our podcast. So let's look at two new guys, or two guys who scored against their former teams recently. The first player is Victor Mboma. Victor Mboma played for Enyimba before leaving the country. He's moved around, came back to Remo Stars this season. Had offers to leave, but he chose to stay. He was persuaded to stay, and he decided to stay for the love of Remo Stars. One of the very first talents of Remo Stars. And so he played for Enyimba, and a few weeks ago it was Enyimba versus Remo. So Remo traveled for an away game at against Enyimba in Aba. And guess who scored the goal? Who the guy who scored the goal? It was Victor Mboma. Mboma was a goal scorer for his team, Remo Stars. Eventually, Remo lost that game, but Victor scored, and the fans were like, now you can't do us this kind of thing. But of course, he had to do his job. A striker's role job is to do his job, and his job is to score. Whatever even is playing against a team owned by his family, he has to do his job. And so Victor Mboma scored against Enyimba in Aba. The fans were quiet, but of course, as a loyal servant, told them, my work I can't do, forgive me. And it was a nice reunion. A nice reunion for Victor Mboma. Represented Enyimba well. Then Alex Oyoa. Alex played for Bayelsa United. In fact, Bayelsa gave him his break in the top flight. When promoted, came with Bayelsa from the lower division. And of course, after his season, he left Bayelsa to Rivers United. Then from Rivers United, he moved to Remo Stars. And guess what? On match day, Bayelsa scored 4. They needed to win. Trolling relegated already. In fact, that game relegated them. And one of the players who ensured the relegation was Alex Oyoa, former player. And so after scoring first, Oyoa, of course, had no choice, playing for Remo Stars. Has improved, played for the national team, played in the continent. Something had to be done. You won't blame him. Alex had to do his job. Did his job in style, and of course, celebrated his goal. Some players won't celebrate, some will celebrate. It's all about life, it's all about how you think. The sport of the moment, you score the goal, you score a goal, and you want to celebrate. So we're talking about two players scoring against their former team. Victor Mboma, all for Remo Stars again. Victor Mboma, Remo Stars, scored against his former team Enyimba, while Alex Oyoa, playing for Remo Stars, also scored against his former team, Bayelsa United. And of course, Bayelsa now have to go and think about life in the lower division because they've been relegated. In the comment section, subscribe, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and of course, do the needful, just subscribe, and let us know what you think when former players or when players score against their former teams. As a fan of those teams, how do you think? How do you see those players? Judas? Let's know your thoughts.